Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to She Boss Talk. I am Shantae Alrighty. I'm coming on today to talk specifically to startup entrepreneurs and business owners. So shout out to all of you that are out there. We are a little bit late today because we had some technical difficulty, but I didn't want to let that stop me from giving you the information that you need so that you can get funding for your business. Now, this is part two of a video that we did, I believe last year. It's called How to Get Free Funding for Your Startup. You can find that on our YouTube channel. We will also drop that in the comments as well. That has useful information for you. But as we know, as a startup business, as a new business owner, you will be required to use different types of funding to be able to fund your business. So we're going to be talking specifically to two small business capital programs today. So come on in. Let me know who you are, where you're from, what your business is, how long you've been in business. Okay. So everyone who's in their startup journey is at a different stage in that startup journey. So we don't want to make it appear like everyone is at the same place because all startups are different. And so we want to make sure that we have give you the resources and information that can most appropriately help your business achieve its goals. Give this a thumbs up, hit that love button wherever you are so more people see this. If you know a new business that doesn't know what their options are, they need help getting funding, do tag them in this video or share this video with them. Sharing is caring. We know that so many people, so many businesses, thousands we have helped during the COVID-19 pandemic. And so we're continuing to do that. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to be notified anytime we go live. Definitely hit that notification button whatever social media platform you're viewing in on. You want to hit that notification button so you know when we go live so you can get the information you need. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments. I will try to answer while I'm live. If I don't get to your question, I always follow up after the program. Okay, so I'm not talking about grants today because I talked about grants even for startups over the last few days. So definitely, if you missed those videos, I did videos for all types of grants. I covered at least 20 different types of grants for small businesses and just informed all of you all that you, even as a startup, even in your concept phase, there are ways that you can get grant money for your business. But like I said, those are not the only ways. And so you need to understand that your business, as you start, develop, and grow, is going to require different types of funding at different times. So it's important that you know what your funding needs are, and that not only you know and understand that you have actually worked the numbers and calculated what your financial needs are in your business, so you know what types of funding are going to help you achieve your goals or get whatever that thing is accomplished in your business, right? So we know that there's some startup activities. There's times when you may need some working capital. There's some of you that may be building out units or buildings or brick and mortar where you need funding for that, or just to sustain operations and then also to be able to scale your business. So there are a number of different ways that you can do that. And today I'm going to be talking about some of the programs and options that are out there for you guys. Now, the first one that I'm going to be talking about, and I'm going to share my screen, is called KIVA. KIVA is a nonprofit organization. It is a lending organization that has different partners, including businesses like myself. It's kind of like crowdfunding, which I talked about before, where different people can contribute even small amounts like $25 to your loan. Right? So you get a loan, and then people like me or businesses like me can sign up to be a lender. I think it's a wonderful way to be able to provide funding for businesses. So I'm going to walk you through a little bit about that process so you know if you're in the stage for this type of funding. So give me just a second. I'm getting ready to share my screen. And then as I'm sharing my screen, just drop in the comments when you can see it, okay? Okay, so one of their slogans is, loans that change lives, money that change lives. So we know that having access to capital is very important for every business. I don't care what business you have, at some point in your business journey, you're going to need capital. Okay, every business needs it. But we know that it's often hard to navigate the process and know what funding options are out there. And for 80% of small business owners, they cannot get traditional funding. It's just such a challenge. And even if you are, they want you to put up collateral. That means that all your assets are put up for collateral. So if you have a home, or a car, they want all collateral, right? If you have a business and property, they want you to attach that to your loan. So what that means, it puts you at higher risk if something should happen and you cannot pay. Okay, so that's why you want to make these decisions as far as funding your business. You don't want to take these lightly. You want to be serious about it, be thoughtful, and then also enlist experts, financial experts like a CFO, an accountant, a bookkeeper, tax professionals that can really help you on your business journey and maximize the funds that you get for your business. Okay, there's no reason to get capital or take out a loan and you don't have a plan for it. You don't know how to get a return on your investment. You have no plan to multiply your money. So planning is so key in this type of scenario. So I just want to first say that KIVA is not a sponsor of this program, although if they would like to be, we welcome that opportunity because we think this is such a great program that we actually signed up, us as a company, She Boss Talk, to be a lender, to be able to help fund different businesses. So we're still working on what businesses that we're going to be helping to fund through this program. But you already know we work primarily with women, but we've been helping all men, women, all types of businesses through this pandemic. So let's go over to the KIVA website. And it's simple. You can go to KIVA, KIVA.org. I'm not on their homepage. I'm actually on the loan page for if you are a business owner that is seeking funding. This is where you would come. Okay. So I want to let you know what to expect. This is if you're a startup, again, different phases, even if you're in the concept phase, right? You don't have a functioning prototype yet. Your business has not come to market. You need to know what's available out here for you. So this is one of them. So you can see up to $15,000, no interest. Okay. So zero interest, no catch. They're nonprofit aid aimed at expanding access to capital to you. Free marketing, new customers for you to market your product to the community of 1.6 million people. So that's another key that I really want to focus in on is that there's a community here, right? They're just not a lender, but there are communities within communities on this particular platform. And there you will find when you come here that there will be different communities that may lend to women businesses. There may be lending communities that lend to minority businesses, small businesses, those that are tech companies, those that may be in the restaurant industry, those that may be in beauty. So there's a number of different groups. If Christian entrepreneurs or Christian owned businesses, there are all different types of communities within this platform. So I highly recommend that you check it out. Okay. So you see that they have some quotes here, like from time the 0% small business loan. That's for real fast company, less impersonal than the data-driven approach taken by mainstream lenders. A wired best perk, no interest, right? So that can be great for a lot of small businesses just trying to get their bearings in their business. We know a lot of businesses were just in the starter phase when COVID hit, and a lot of you guys missed out on the COVID relief because technically you weren't up and running and generating sales at this point. We know some businesses that are in the startup phase are actually making money, generating revenue. This is also for you as well. So different stages of your business, this may be able to work for you as well. So they believe that in character over credit and the power of community-based lending, because of these beliefs, we provide funding opportunities for entrepreneurs where conventional lenders will not. So I just talked about how conventional lenders oftentimes is very difficult to get lending through them, even though you're banking with them. You have their money in their bank account, in their banking. They connecting U.S. small business owners to 0% interest crowd-funded loans. So I just talked about crowdfunding, right? There's different types. How do you qualify? So in order to qualify for this program, you can definitely check. You must be U.S. based. So both of these programs I'm talking about today, you must be based and operating in the United States of America. You must also be at least 18 years of age. So there's a lot of young entrepreneurs out there, right? If you're young, if you're 18 or under 21 or under, please let me know out there. 18 years old, and then you must use this loan for business purposes. And I have to really highlight that because that has been a real challenge, a lot of questions surrounding that during COVID and during around some of the stimulus, that money that is out there. It has to be used for business purposes. This is specifically for business. If you want a personal loan, that's another process. That's another type of loan. This is not it. So if you need any money for anything outside of business, this is not the program for that. It's specifically related to businesses, okay? So unlike traditional bank loans, KIVA loans don't require a minimum credit score. Hello. We know credit scores is one of the biggest barriers to getting access to capital for a lot of entrepreneurs and small business owners, right? Years of cash flow documents or collateral is not needed in this case, but you do need to meet the minimum criteria in order to be considered. So I just covered the first three. You will also, your business must not be engaged in any of the following activities, meaning multi-level marketing, direct sales, any illegal activity, gambling, any type of scams, any pure financial investing or stocks, because we get people that ask these questions all the time. And we know just based on the different types of lenders that are out there, a lot of times they may be restrictive as to the types of businesses that they will fund. And you may not know that your business is maybe high risk business. I know when I first started out in the consulting space and I was seeking insurance, liability, business insurance for my company, that's when I learned that consulting is considered high risk. Meaning that my premiums would potentially be higher and some insurers may not want to fund me. Same thing with lending. It may be considered too high risk for a particular lender, just depending on your type of industry. So that's important for you to know when you're looking for different types of capital. You cannot currently be in foreclosure, bankruptcy, or under any liens, okay? So this is not exclusive to this company. This is, and a lot of lenders do have this requirement because, again, you have to show that you're a good steward over your money, that you can manage your money. That's why I always say, when you're seeking funding, whether loans or grants, you need to be working on building up your credit, improving that, taking those steps to be just a better manager over your finances, because really what's reflective in your personal is going to be reflected in your business, right? And so they know that. That's why they say you cannot be currently in foreclosure, bankruptcy, or any liens, okay? And this, I don't think that this means that you could not have been through bankruptcy. You just cannot be going through bankruptcy at the time, right? That means everything has to have been closed out. So they will look at that when they're considering your application. So you must be willing to demonstrate your social capital by having a small number of friends and family make a loan to you, right? So again, this is a crowdfunding type platform, getting friends and families involved. And we know that a lot of business owners, actually, this is how many of us fund our business in the startup phase anyway, is that we get a lot of help from family and friends and our peers that are excited and supportive of our mission and our vision and want to help provide funding for us. So again, when you talk about funding, I always say you can't take a passive approach. You always have to be active. You have to show these funders and these lenders that you are actually serious about your business, that you're active in your business, that you're actually trying to make sales, that you have a plan, that you have a concept that you're working on, you have a prototype. That those are all ways that you can show that you're serious and you're actually doing work in your business. So it can be a situation where you got your EIN, and this happens. People get an EIN for whatever reason, to say they have a business, and they're not actually working their business. So now you have a business on paper that you haven't been working for 2 and 3 years, and now you're trying to get funding. Many lenders are going to be very unlikely. It would be very unlikely that they're going to lend to you until you actually start showing up in your business. Okay. Understand they're betting on you. They're taking a risk on you by giving your funds, including me as a lender through this platform. So I'm I want to be very careful about who I'm lending to, right? To make sure that they are, applying it to their business. I want you all to start. I want you to develop. I want you to grow and be able to have a sustainable business. And then it goes into further details about how the process works. Again, you start your application. The application is all online, very short application. That's the great thing about it. We know a lot of these programs during COVID have been very long and exhaustive, 30 minutes, maybe an hour to complete. Depending on how much organization you have in your business, it's probably going to be less. Once you complete this application, a member of the KIVA team will reach out to you so they can better understand your business and your needs and answer any follow-up questions. And after reviewing the complete application, the KIVA team will determine what loan amount that you will qualify for. So you may come and say, okay, I want $10,000. But they may come back and say, you know what, after considering your application and your status and where you're at, we are willing to loan you $5,000. Or they may come and say, we're willing to loan you $1,000. Okay. So then that's why it goes back to you will need multiple ways in which you fund your business. So if they come back and say, we are willing to loan you $3,000 and you need 10, then you need a way to find that other 7,000, right? Is it going to be coming out of your pocket? Is it going to be coming from, your family member? Is it going to be a grant somewhere or another crowdfunding type of platform that you're going to pull that money from? That's the type of plan that you need to have, because often it will not be just one platform or one lender that is going to give you all the money that you need to be able to meet your goals. Okay. If your application is approved, we'll ask you to demonstrate your credit worthiness through our unique social underwriting. Okay. So they have expert underwriters. These people are great at what they do. And they are able to check your credit worthiness. Okay. So we cannot just expect, people in companies, organizations to just give us money and we're not willing to bring anything to the table. It really does not work that way. So you have to come ready, be business minded, and be working on your personal credit to make sure that you increase your ability to get access to these types of funds. Okay. You can read on your own all the information on the social underwriting. What do you need to prepare? Let's just walk through that a little bit. In your application, they will ask you for your basic financial information about you and your business. Remember, once you start a business, your business is public information. And if you want access to any type of funds, then your personal information becomes open, not public, but public to them, meaning that you have to be transparent and forthcoming, honest, with integrity and giving information regarding your personal finances and information. They will ask you to prepare a public profile. Okay. So, like we have a lender profile, you will have a loan borrower profile. This would include your photo and your business. They want to know. So, you cannot be incognito. Okay. And be on this platform and get a loan. Okay. People, even lenders like myself, want to know, who are we giving to? Who is this person? They will also ask you for a few paragraphs on who you are. I want to know who you are. I want to know, who am I lending to? What is this cause? What is this person doing? What is their business and how is it impacting the world? What kind of impact are you making? That's what I'm looking for. What does your business do, and what is the plan for the use of the loan? I have said this many times, that this is a recurring question no matter what type of capital funds you are asking for. No matter if it's a competition, a grant application, a crowdfunding platform, a loan, or any other type of credit line, these are questions that they are asking you. So get in the habit of answering these questions, have it written down, organized in some type of Google Doc or Dropbox document, so you already have the information on hand. It's just going to make it go much quicker. You can find helpful tips and tricks by submitting a great photo and a business story. You need a story that sells. And so many times I say people are so scared or timid and shy about sharing their story, or even ashamed. You need not to be ashamed. It's your story that is going to compel lenders and others to give to you. But if you are incognito, you're not forthcoming, you don't have a story that anybody cares about, it's going to be less likely that you're going to be funded. What types of businesses do they fund? They support a variety of different businesses, including farmers, barber owners, event planners, and more. You can check out the businesses that currently fundraising on their platform. So they even show you what types of businesses that they lend to. I already talked about the few categories that are excluded. Okay. How do entrepreneurs use the platform? So entrepreneurs use the loan in many different ways, and they review some examples here for you. So $4,000 loan to begin a commercial production of granola bars, which employs people who have been formerly incarcerated. $5,000 loan for marketing material to expand a nonprofit. $10,000 loan to build a walk-in refrigerator for an organic farm. $3,000 loan to help a first-generation immigrant make a website for their hazelnut spread business. Okay. And we know 50% of small businesses don't have websites. That means those 50% are losing out on business for the simple fact that they don't have a website. So businesses know that they need one, but they may need a loan to be able to get that website that is going to become their profit hub. That's what you want. So you're investing in your business to get a website that is then going to turn around and make more money for you. That should help you increase your sales, right? A $100 loan to pay a stall at an artisan jewelry fair. This is just to give you some of the examples of what businesses and entrepreneurs use the money for. This is not, and I repeat, for people, entrepreneurs that are struggling in your business and you don't have any way to pay the money and you're not paying it back and you're not making efforts to make sales in your business. Making efforts to make sales in your business is a daily effort to make money in your business, because it's a loan. You will have to pay it back. Even though it's 0 interest, which is great, you still will have to pay the money back. Okay. How quickly can you get funded? So on this platform, they're saying that you have some control over how quickly you're funded once your application is submitted. And I always say that the quicker you get a completed application, in complete and accurate application, the team will get back to you with next steps within 10 to 15 days. So submit a great photo, business story. You must have, that's part of your package. Your profile is part of your package. And so once a loan is approved for funding, you will have about 15 days to raise support from your own network during the private funding period, and then 30 days to publicly fundraise with a KIVA wider network of lenders. But you can increase your funding speed and receive funds sooner by taking advantage of some of the fundraising guidelines. So before you just dive right in, right, you definitely want to come back here, just review the businesses that have been funded, review some of the communities and the types of businesses that they're funding. We even dive deeper into the guidelines. Then decide if this is a loan program for you to go ahead and get started with your business funding. Again, this is a great resource. And so I hope this is helpful for you. So even if it's not for you right now, it could be there for you later. So they have more than 2.5 million people that have raised over 1 billion through this platform. Okay. So the question they're asking is, will you be next? And so if any of you all are on this platform already and you have a loan, let me know in the comments, and I would definitely take that under consideration to support giving you a loan through this platform. Okay, but make sure you send me your profile, your funding link, direct links. Don't make it hard for me to fund your business. Okay, so once we get everything set up, then we will start lending to businesses. So that is the KIVA platform. Again, nonprofit organization, great organization. I even have peers that have taken loans, gotten loans through there. I also have peers that are actually lenders through the platform, right? Peer-on-peer support, peer-on-peer communities. You know, I talk about that all the time. Support networks. Your network is so important. Building community like we have here is so important. I may even consider just creating a She Boss Talk community while I'm talking, okay? A community on that platform, and we lend through that way. I think that will help us better keep track of who's actually here as part of our community, and that's our way of giving back to the business owners. So we're looking for excuse me, we're looking forward to do that. So we should have that our profile up in the next couple of days, so you can search us out on the platform as well, and feel free to share it with others that you know. We're always in the business of giving back. Now, the second one that I'm going to talk about, let me bring it up on the screen here. Hold on just a second. And so just a reminder for those of you that are new here, we have been on the front lines of advocating and petitioning on behalf of small business throughout this pandemic, which is going on 2 years. Oh my goodness. And we have helped thousands and thousands of entrepreneurs and small business owners get all types of funding, from federal stimulus to state stimulus, grants, winning pitch competition money. So getting access to loans and other types of funding as well. And during this time, I have built a huge agency, like almost 80 independent agents. And so I'm an independent agent of a company called David Allen Capital. In May, we launched our flagship new product called Bank Breezy. And this has been a game changer, especially for so many that were denied PPP, that were denied EIDL, that were or didn't qualify for EIDL because you have a new business, right? Or you're still stuck in the process. Many times when you go to a traditional lender, you have to be an established business, meaning you have to be able to show that you've been up and running, operating, making sales for at least a year, and sometimes even 2 years before a lender will give you any money, right? And so that's where this has been such a game changer for small business, is for a number of reasons, but it's including new businesses. And this is for those that are already, they're new, they're generating revenue, sales in their business, but they need money, right? And we know there's different reasons why you need money. I spoke the other day about situations where you need working capital. You have a contract, you've done the work, but it's going to take you 60 days to get that money on that contract. So you've invoiced your customer, but it's going to take them 30, 60, 90, or 120 days. In the meantime, you need funding, you need working capital to manage your business, to meet payroll, to take care of other obligations in the business. And you may have a need for new equipment, or maybe your equipment that you had broke down and you need funding for that new equipment. More recently, we've helped a lot of truck drivers, a lot of businesses in the logistical space that need new vehicles, right? They have a trucking company. They need to be on the road. They need more trucks to be able to make more money, to make more hauls. And so they need that capital in order for them to do it. So that's again an investment into their business. I've known people that we've actually had funded a lady, one of our peers who has a beauty shop in California. She actually has 6. I think she's working on the 7th. And we helped her with EIDL and PPP. She came to me and asked me about additional funding opportunities. We got her funding, and she was able to go buy inventory from another beauty supply shop that was going out of business. Okay, that's an example. And one of our team members that I shared this story as well, super amazing story, what $5,000 would do, right? So a lot of these businesses are not asking for hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. They need 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 to really make a difference in their business. And our team member, she worked with a salonist, right? A salonist got her $5,000 funding. This is revenue-based funding, got her the funding that she needed because the barber next door was going out of business because he suffered during the pandemic, didn't know what else to do. So she not only helped herself, she helped that business, bought him, kept him on to manage the barber shop so she can focus on the salon. It's an amazing story. So what you may think is a small amount, $5,000 is a lot of money. $5,000 can do a lot for a business, okay? And if you know this, let me know in the comments. Tell me if I'm right, because I know I'm right. And her story is proof that is right, and what she was able to do with that money. Business owners are very smart, very resourceful. All they need is an opportunity. All they need is for someone to say yes. And when banks say no, when the SBA say no, we're able to say yes to so many small business owners. You don't have to wait till you're in business a year in order to qualify for our funding program. And like I said, we started off helping business owners get access to the PPP program. And that was really a segue for when this program opened for business owners to be able to get access to this product. And there's so many great benefits to this. Is this money now? I mean, we're often in situations where we can't wait weeks. We can't wait months and months and months and months and months to get funding because the opportunity would have been gone. If we don't get the funding, we need the funding now. So this provides up to $25,000 same day funding or next day, just depending on when you submit your application, if it's in the morning or in the afternoon. We've been able to have people submit applications, and in 2 hours, they have funds in their bank accounts to do whatever it is they need to do with the funds. And we don't tell you what to do with the money. We trust that you know, as the business owner, what you need to do with your money to achieve the goals that you have in your business. Now, with any funding, there are requirements, and I always am very clear to make sure you understand the requirements. So again, you need to be making sales in your business, at least 5,000 monthly sales consistently, especially in the last 3 months. So it's not what you did last year. So is more and more of these optional funding is less on credit, more on performance. How are you performing in your business and you wanting your business to grow? So $5,000 monthly sales, a monthly revenue is a requirement. Having a business bank account is a requirement. This is not new. What does that mean? That means a business checking account in your business name. This is not a account that you have a personal account set up and then you're just running or doing transactions through your personal account, business transactions. That got a lot of people, business owners, entrepreneurs, stuck and missed out on a lot of the money that was available because they had these personal accounts that were not set up to take business transactions, or just because this is business related funding, they are not going to fund you into a personal account. So that's why I keep reiterating the importance of you making it a priority in your business to set up proper accounts. This is another thing that they're looking at. They're going to look at you. Okay, you haven't even taken the steps to get a business account. Why should we fund your business, right? So take the steps to get a business checking account. You only need to be in business 6 months for this program. 6 months to be able to get access to up to $25K and a 450 credit score. So we already know, again, that a big barrier to funding is credit. Traditional lenders, financial institutions, you must have at least a 700 credit score in order to get any type of funding, okay? And that X's out 80% of the small business population. So we're saying here, all you need is a 450 credit score. Many businesses that I know, they had 700 credit scores and up. When the pandemic hit, it plummeted. Tell me if I'm right, okay? I know that I'm right because I talk to you guys every single day, and I know the hit that you took during COVID. So know that you have a 450 credit score that would make you eligible for this program. So I want to set some realistic expectations for you. It does not mean you're going to qualify for 25K. It's up to 25K is revenue-based funding. So you can expect about 75% of your monthly revenue, what you're bringing in monthly. You can gauge that. It's very transparent. 5 to 10 minute application to get actually a minute application to see if you're pre-approved. Maybe takes 5 minutes to get through the entire application to link your bank account to really give you that confirmed number of exactly how much you're going to qualify for. Like I said, this is same day funding. You don't have to wait a week. You don't have to wait a month to be able to get access to these funds. There is no collateral. Like I said, the banks want to take all your assets as collateral. We don't do that with our funding. We don't do hard pulls on your credit. That's another concern. And another thing that business owners appreciate about this type of funding is that there is no hard pull on your credit. I know a lot of business owners may be buying a house or in between doing some things, and they just don't want things happening with their credit because they're already trying to build it back up. So we are conscious of that, and we know that you're conscious of that. So again, it's very simple. It's telling you specifically what the requirements are. And it says here that all industries. So there are no industries that are excluded here. All industries are included. And so you already know, some of you are out there, and especially trucking. Trucking companies cannot always get funding because they're often sometimes restricted. So you know, based on the particular industry that you're in, okay? So what you're going to do is an online process. Everything is super online, super easy. You're going to view and accept the offer, link your banking, review the approval terms, sign the agreement, and receive your funds. It's that quick. Simple, fair terms. Again, no hard credit, transparent terms, no collateral, industry-leading early pay discounts. Where is that heard of? Right? So lenders, if you pay it back early, there's a penalty to do it. Some others, there's no penalty, but they're definitely not giving you any discounts. We give significant discounts on early payback. And you get more when you need more. So payment history earns you more. You can get to receive funds again. We've had businesses come back 3, 4, 5 or more times to get additional funds. So that's why it's important to know what you need when you need it. Get the amount you need now, right? You don't want to get any more than you need, but you need a particular amount now. Then you have another opportunity and need, a month or two down the road. Then you can come back and have more funds added on. And you have a personalized account manager that walks you completely through the process. It's super simple. And so we do lend up to $2 million. There's some additional requirements there. You need to be at least making a 25,000 monthly bank revenue. You still have to have a business bank account. And you for this, you need to have only 4 months in business. Yeah. So understand there are startups that are making money. They're generating 5, 6, and 7 figures in the early stages of their business, even though, yes, they just started. I mean, we can see that with some of the, businesses, the tech companies like the Facebooks of the world, when they first got started and they're in the venture capital, and all of these, people and businesses are investing in their business. So there are businesses that are making really good money. They have a really good product or service into market, and they know they need more money. And often what I hear is they need more money for inventory, because you can be in a position where you're scaling so fast that you hurt yourself because you have not taken into account that you need to keep refilling that inventory and make sure that you have that money on hand to be able to do it. So, and for the up to 2 million is a 500 credit score. And again, all industries are included. So just think about where you're at, where your funding level is at, what requirements you meet, and then apply for the funding you need. And even this funding is between 1 and 5 business days. So you're not waiting to get funds. I've known many business owners that lost out on opportunities because they just couldn't get funded when the opportunity was at hand. So they lost out. You never want to be in that position. And I remember a few years ago, there was a person that was actually had bidded on a government contract. They were awarded the contract, but in order to get the contract moving, they had to have a particular type of equipment. Don't ask me what it was. And I've told you all before, the government is the largest purchaser of products and services in the world. They buy all types of products and services, okay? But she needed this special equipment. I think it was between $5,000 and $10,000. And she was struggling to figure out, how am I going to come up with this $5,000 to $10,000 I need, because I have to have this equipment. It's written in the contract. What do? You need a revenue source that can get you money today. You can't be scrambling trying to figure out, where am I going to get this income? But you know that you get this today, you can quickly turn it around, because you're gonna have a 6-figure, 7-figure contract. All you need to do is get the money to get the equipment so you can operate in that contract. Okay, so I hope that makes sense for you. But that's what a lot of businesses go through. When you sign these contracts, you are held to the terms, right? What you say that you're going to deliver, you have to deliver. And not always does every business have what they need at the time that you're signing up for something, right? You submit a bid, you're preparing, right? And for when and if and when you get that contract, right? So that, again, these are things to keep in mind. But all industries, really simple and quick process to be able to do that. But again, like I said, make sure that you understand the requirements. All of these resources that I went through today, KIVA and Bank Breezy, have clearly outlined what the requirements are before you even start applying. Okay, so a lot of times we get applicants and they're applying, or they may have the minimum 5,000, but they don't understand, because they really haven't been operating with all of the business best practices, and all their money is in their personal account. So they were declined simply because they had the revenue, but it was going into a personal account instead of a business account. So now I'm telling you what you need to do to get ready. You need to make sure that you are legally structuring your business. That is going to get you to get funding, whatever type of funds it is, quicker. Even if you're in the concept phase, right? You want to legalize your business. You need to get that EIN. You need to get a name. You need to register that business with the state. And actually, you're not operating legally in your state if you are not properly registered. And properly registering gets you added benefits. So it's important to take that step early on in the process. And I know there's businesses still that 5 years, 6 years down the road, and there's still money going to a personal account, not registered. You need to make sure that you're accounting for all your sales, accounting for all your expense activity into an accounting system, right? Like a QuickBooks, like a FreshBooks, like a Wave. There's free products, and there's other products that have a cost. It's the cost of doing business. Okay. And if you are with a good accountant, a good tax professional, they will inform you and let you know how you can get additional tax advantages that are for a small business. But you have to show proof and document that you actually qualify for these different deductions. Okay. So that means all of you are that using Cash App, or you're just keeping your money in your Square account and it's not going into a business account. Let's stop that today and get it set up where all your money is funneling in to a business bank account. Let's make sure that every single record for your business is being maintained, retained, that you're not deleting any of that. I've had that issue most recently where someone was denied something. They just decided they was deleting everything. Okay, we don't do that as a business. There's actually certain retention periods depending on the type of record it is. And like I said, at any point in time, any government agency can come, or your lender, and request information from you regarding your business. Okay, as the cost of doing business. You want people to do business with you. You want them to lend you money. These are things that you need to know that are expected of you if you want anyone to be able to give you money. So these are the best practices that I would encourage you to follow. We actually have a tool. So if you need help in the planning process, coming up with the budget, we have a budgeting tool. I'm actually going to drop it in the chat here. I'll make sure that it's in the comment. I just released it. Depending on what platform you are on, it's a fillable, simple tool that you can use for your business. No matter what part of the process you're in as a startup, as a new business, or even if you're launching a new business or a new product or new service line, you can use that tool for that as well. We also have a one-page business plan template that I'll put in here as well. So, for our funding with Bank Breezy, you don't need a business plan, right? But for some, but you don't need it to get the loan, but you need it for yourself to know what is the plan for your business, to be able to answer that question, right? To have a plan to put the money to the most use. So you need a business plan, but you don't always need a 30-page business plan. We have a one-page fillable business planning tool. It's your roadmap to success. It's very hard to succeed without a plan. You don't even know where you're going. Okay, so that's very important. So we have the tools here available for you to get you where you need, because we know so many startups struggle in this capacity. So we created these tools to help you because I remember what it was like when I started my business full time. I left corporate America. I took that big leap, didn't have a plan, but I always have a plan, right? I was always taking advantage of the opportunity, saving money. So I had money available. So when I decided I was done, and I was done, I had plenty of money to hold me over while I figured out what my next steps were. But when I started out, I didn't know any of this information that I know today. It's constantly learning every single day in your business. And having a thirst for knowledge in your business and seeking out information, right? That's why we're here. That's why we're here, to be a support to you in your business journey. We want you to be successful, to be generating 6 and 7 figures. That's what we're about. We want to build enterprises because we know it can be done. But we know sometimes we miss steps. We don't have necessarily the right mentors or coaches. So that's what I'm here to do for you. That's why I use this platform to be a mentor and a coach for you. If you can't afford one, you just listen to me and I'm going to guide you into what the steps you need to take. But it's up to you to take that action in your business. Okay. So let me just go through. I see all of you all out there. Though again, just a reminder for those that just hopped on, you could go back, catch the replay. This is the second video that we did for startups. We'll be doing more. We did another one on how to get free funding for your startups, where I talked about 6 different ways to get free funding. This is another option. KIVA, loans, Bank Breezy, funding, revenue-based funding is an option for your new business. Okay, so just understand that. But you have to have a plan. Have to be working in your business. You can't just not be doing anything and think people are going to give you money. It doesn't work that way. Hi, everybody. So someone is saying, I finally received. Okay, she was talking about her PPP. Oh Lord, a denial letter for PPP. Email us at hello@shebosstalk.com. I want to stick to startup questions today. So if you email us, I can give you more information on that. Okay. Again, if you're a startup, let us know. What is your business? Are you still in concept phase, or have you started? Are you making sales? Where are you from? Where are you operating? How long have you been in business? So we have someone that's in Texas, started a candle company. I love candles. Okay. I love candles. I have been doing so for over a year. My personal credit score is low and have not been able to get any funding. So don't just rely on funding. Start making a plan for your business. Anybody can say, give me $5,000, but if you don't know what to use it on and make it work for you, then it's going to defeat the purpose. That's why I said the budgeting tool that we actually have, I'm gonna just drop the whole startup CEO toolkit in here for you, because I think that's what you need, depending on where you are in your startup phase. And I know a lot of times businesses haven't done any of the things that we go through in the toolkit. So I will make sure I drop it in the comments, or if you want it, just let me know in the comments and I'll make sure that I get it to you directly. But yeah, definitely work on your credit score. That's really important. Because you may be able to, because maybe you're not ready for any of these types of fundings yet. You may be able to get a personal loan, right? But again, it's based on your personal credit. So the more you work on your personal credit, getting that up into a level that is going to be most beneficial for you and your business, the better. Okay. If you need access to credit specialists, I have them in my network. Again, you can email us at hello@shebosstalk.com. If you need tax professionals, accountants, email us and I will give you the referrals. Our people, they have helped so many people, because I tell you, some of you are doing business with some people that aren't about business. They are not legit, and they've run off with your information or done shady things with your information. You don't know what's going on with your business information. That should never happen. Even if an expert is working within your business, you should always know what's going on. They should be touching base with you. They should be educating you as part of the process. Okay, so I'm just looking to see if there's any other questions. Okay, and I hear someone that's interested in a startup grant as well. Okay, just know startup grants, they're competitive. You have to compete, meaning all the things that I just said about you being serious about your business, having that means you have to have a deck. You have to have a pitch deck. You need to have a solid business plan. You need to have solid financials, at least 5-year projections. And you need to be able to talk about it, speak on it, uh, without hesitation, and clearly and concisely. If you don't know, when you get up there and you don't know what you're talking about, you don't understand your own business, you're not going to get the money. So this applies across the board. These are tips you can take no matter what type of funding you're seeking for your business. These are the things that they look for. Again, you have to stand out amongst the pack and tell them why your business should get that money over somebody else that's applying. Right? Why should they choose your business? Why is your business the best business to be funded for in that particular situation? You're so welcome. Someone here is saying 5,000 would help me open up and get started. So there are great ways to do that. Someone else said that they had a 725 credit score and it started going down, at the end of 2019. And I know people had started going down at the end of 2020. Yeah, so maybe you're at the time too when you start out, maybe you're in a pivot phase. You can be a startup and pivot. Many businesses had to pivot during COVID. They came into it, they had the startup in mind. A lot of the brick and mortars, right? They had the whole vision, the outline of what they were going to do. I know a lot of restaurants did. Then what? All of them were first to shut down, right? Or they had to outfit their location or start offering online and delivery services that they may have were not doing before. A lot of them switched up their entire business model. Some just stopped the restaurant and went straight catering. So it just depends on your business, but that's all part of the strategic planning process. Okay, so we have a startup tax preparer in the comments. Awesome. We have another person that started a hair bundle business 2 years ago. She said it's not going well at all. Oh, let me say this before I close down. Okay, and I'm about to close down in 40 minutes. I'm trying to give you all the good information. You need to have an online presence. I mentioned the website before. Like some of you all have businesses and you're incognito. If I do a Google search on you, what will I find? Google search yourself. This is what lenders, this is what grantors are doing when you're applying for pitch competitions as a startup or at whatever level of business you are. This is what they're looking for. They're looking to find your business online. And I'm telling you, we can't find you. And I know that's a requirement. You have to have some online presence, whether it's a landing page, sales page, opt-in page, a website, or a online page like a Facebook business page. Not Facebook personal page, a Facebook business page, or an Instagram page, or a LinkedIn business page. You need to be able to show some type of online presence. I mean, just in business in general, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm seeking out services and you don't have a website, we're not doing business. I mean, unless I really have to know you. And then I'm going to tell you that you need to get a website. Because more than 50% of people make a decision if they're going to purchase from you, whether based on whether or not you have a website. So you're losing a lot of people if you don't have a website. If I find you online or we're connected online and I go to your personal page and I can't find you don't have a business page, you don't have anything going on to tell me you have a business, I'm not hiring you, right? Like we're looking for a contractor right now. It's been so difficult. And I mean, you have people using just Cash App. No, we don't do that, right? But what happens if you just go rogue? I mean, you just go ghost and don't fulfill your agreement. People are looking at that. They want to know that you are a reputable business. And a way to do that is to have a consistent online presence for your business. That is going to be so important. I don't care what type of funding that you're looking for. And often it's a requirement. And it may be a deterrent if you're applying and you're seeking funding and they may say no. Because especially if you're so new, we saw that even with the SBA. They can't find anything on you. They couldn't find anything on my business. I don't know what they were looking at because we were clearly registered and you can clearly Google us, right? But that just adds another level of challenge because you can be in business today and go out of business tomorrow. So many startups don't make it at the first year. And we know a lot don't make it the fifth year. So that's why it's such a risk that they're taking on you. And so when a lender or a grant, when they take a risk on you, you want to fulfill your obligation to make sure you're paying that money back. Okay. This is for funds that are not grants. And if you have grants, then you need to fulfill that obligation to report back if that's a requirement. Whatever the requirements are regarding that grant, whether you need to spend it on a specific thing, whether you need to report back on what you spent it on, or whatever the case may be, You are accountable to do that. Okay. So I encourage you all to do that. I hope this has been helpful for you. Again, continue to, comment with your questions, and I will continue to come back and respond to those. Again, we will have more. Let us know too. What else do you need to know? What else do you need to learn? And we will come on and do a series or an explainer video, or bring on some guests that are experts in this area. We did a video on leveraging your money game. I had my tax expert, Crystal Jones. She's also an attorney. She's also an investment expert. We had Amy Schultz, who is a money coach. So we're giving you everything that you need to be successful. It's just a matter of you connecting with the resources we're giving you and making it happen. So I'm going to go make it happen. Continue to be the boss with amplified impact. Continue to stay safe and in good health. Have a wonderful